Hello, and welcome. Today, we're taking a journey back in time, not with a time machine, but with an object that once held the world in its grasp. Look at this. It's heavy, solid, and has this fascinating wheel on its face. This is the rotary phone, a piece of technology that was once the heart of communication in every household. For those of us who grew up with smartphones, this might look like a strange, almost alien artifact. You can't put it in your pocket. It has no screen, and it's tethered to the wall by a curly cord. But for decades, this was the window to the world. It was how you called a friend, ordered a pizza, or heard a loved one's voice from miles away. It's hard to imagine, but there was a time when the sound of this phone ringing was the most exciting event of the day. It demanded your attention, and you had to be there, physically present, to answer its call. So, what secrets does this old device hold? Why was it so essential? And what was it like to actually use one? Join me as we dial back the years and explore the fascinating story of the rotary phone. Let's dive into the mechanics of this wonderful machine. How did it actually work? The magic is all in this wheel, the rotary dial. Each number, from 0 to 9, has a corresponding finger hole. To dial, you would stick your finger in the hole for the number you wanted and rotate the dial clockwise until your finger hit this little metal stop. Then, you'd release it. As the dial spun back, it made a series of clicks. That wasn't just for dramatic effect. Each click represented an electrical pulse sent down the phone line to the central exchange. The number of pulses corresponded to the number you dialed. So, dialing A1 sent 1 pulse, A2 sent 2 pulses, and so on. The number O was the interesting one. It sent 10 pulses. The mechanical switchboard at the other end would interpret these series of pulses to connect your call. But what if you made a mistake? If you dialed the wrong number halfway through, there was no backspace button. You had to hang up the receiver, wait for the dial tone to return, and start all over again. It was a process that required focus and a steady hand. Imagine dialing a long-distance number. It was a deliberate, almost ritualistic act. Every turn of the dial was a step closer to connection, a physical effort to reach out and communicate. The rotary phone wasn't just a tool. It was a central part of family life and shaped social culture in ways we might find surprising today. Unlike our personal smartphones, the rotary phone was a communal device, usually placed in a central location in the house, like the hallway or the kitchen. It belonged to everyone. This meant phone calls were often a public affair. If you were a teenager trying to have a private conversation, you'd have to stretch that coiled cord as far as it could go, trying to find a corner of privacy while your family members walked by. Conversations were often planned. You'd arrange to call someone at a specific time, and they would wait by the phone for it to ring. There was no voicemail or call waiting. If the line was busy, you just had to hang up and try again later. And speaking of busy lines, let's talk about the party line. In many areas, especially rural ones, several households shared a single phone line. This meant you might pick up the phone to make a call, only to hear your neighbors already talking. Eavesdropping was a common, if frowned upon, pastime. Each family on the party line had a unique ring pattern, like one long ring or two short ones, so you'd know if the call was for you. It was a system built on community and a distinct lack of privacy, a far cry from the instant, private communication we're used to today. For all its charm, using a rotary phone came with its own set of challenges and quirks. Let's be honest, it was slow. In an emergency, dialing 9 and then 1 and then 1 again felt like it took an eternity. Each spin of the dial, each return journey, was a moment of suspense. And making a mistake was incredibly frustrating. You could be on the last digit of a 7-digit number, your finger would slip, and you'd have to start the entire process from the beginning. There was a genuine skill to dialing quickly and accurately. The design itself was another quirk. These phones were heavy, built like tanks from Bakelite or sturdy plastic. You wouldn't be casually walking around the house with one of these pressed to your ear. The handset alone had a reassuring heft to it. But this robust construction had a major upside: durability. They were built to last for decades, and incredibly, many of them still work perfectly today. You can plug a 70-year-old rotary phone into a modern landline, and chances are, you'll get a dial tone. There are no software updates, no planned obsolescence. It's a testament to an era of engineering where things were made to be repaired, not replaced. The sheer physicality of it, the weight, the sound of the dial, the satisfying clunk of hanging up, is something completely lost in today's world of silent, lightweight glass screens. So, what can this old, clunky device teach us in our hyper-connected digital age? Reflecting on the rotary phone is more than just a nostalgic trip. It's a lesson in patience. In a world of instant gratification, the rotary phone reminds us that communication once required effort and time. There was a sense of anticipation as you waited for the dial to return, as you hoped someone would be home to answer. It made each conversation feel more intentional, more valuable. The rotary phone also represents a different relationship with technology. It was a single-purpose device that did one thing exceptionally well. It didn't distract you with notifications or pull you into endless scrolling. When you were on the phone, you were simply on the phone. It encouraged focus and presence in the moment. This journey through time shows us how profoundly technology shapes our habits and our connection to one another. From the shared party line to the private world in our pocket, the evolution is astounding. But perhaps we can carry a little of the rotary phony spirit with us, a bit more patience, a bit more intention, and a greater appreciation for the simple act of reaching out to another person. What other objects from the past hold fascinating stories? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to explore them in a future video. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay curious.